Well, tonight, the NBC10 Investigators are continuing to expose professional tenants. I told you about this over the past year. These are people who make a living by scamming property owners. This is a wild story here. They use loopholes in the law to get away with not paying rent for years, possibly even decades.
Yeah, NBC10 investigator Ryan Kath first uncovered this issue. He stayed on it to highlight a surprising connection to taxpayers. Ryan.
Priscilla, Colton, this couple goes to great lengths not to pay the monthly rent, but we discovered you helped pick up the tab with thousands of dollars in financial assistance. Now, after more than a year of legal efforts, the property owner finally got them to leave. It's eviction day on Mohawk Road in Burlington.
Oh my God. How sad.
This is the debris field left behind by professional tenants. Trash and other items scattered around the home and damage like this hole in the wall. Brian and Nicole Coombs moved into the property 2 years ago and immediately stopped paying the rent. Even though taxpayers kicked in $23,000 of assistance, the couple did not pay their share. Attorney Bob Lee then spent more than a year in court trying to evict them.
It's been a real challenge. While everyone says it's tenant friendly, I've come to the phrase that it's landlord impossible.
Lee says the property owner borrowed money from family and friends to avoid losing the house to foreclosure. When you add up the lost rent, legal fees, and the cost of moving out the Coombs and keeping their possessions in storage, the financial ordeal will surpass $100,000.
It certainly has been really challenging for the family just to go through this whole experience. There's really not much you can do except just ride it out.
Leo Behaj can relate. He'd planned to rent his Reading property to the Coombs for a couple of years before moving in with his family, but ended up losing $95,000 in selling the house to get out of debt. How good are they at what they do?
They're professionals. They're professionals.
It's no exaggeration. Our review of housing court records show this is now the Coombs' 13th eviction in Massachusetts, a pattern that started with Peter Amato and his family 2 decades ago in Woburn.
It got really bad really fast.
The last time we were in court, I filed a notice of appeal.
Just like at other properties, records show that Brian Coombs, representing himself in court, used every trick in the book to delay the eviction in Burlington, complaining to the town's Board of Health about broken things and then refusing to let contractors in to make the repairs, submitting multiple appeals, and even trying an 11th-hour bankruptcy filing before the clock finally ran out and they left in a U-Haul under the cover of darkness. Here's how Coombs explained his tactics when we confronted him outside housing court last May.
Ryan Kath with NBC10 Boston. Some folks contact us about you. They say you're a professional tenant who hasn't paid rent for about the past 20 years. What's your response to that?
That's not true. I use the law, and the law helps me do what I need to do.
Well, what do you say to the property owners that have lost tens of thousands of dollars to you over the years? What do you say to them?
They should fix things when they're broken.
There's now plenty to fix in the wake of the Coombs' unwelcome stay in Burlington. Leo told me the scene looks familiar to what he found at his property 2 years ago in Reading. His final text message from Brian on eviction day, a middle finger emoji.
These people are doing this 20 years. These people have PhD. They have everything how to screw the system.
So as you can imagine, we of course have questions about how the Coombs qualified for taxpayer assistance considering the long list of evictions. The state says because of privacy laws, it can't discuss individual recipients. However, Colton and Priscilla, we're still digging for those answers because, of course, this is not the only example we've found during this ongoing investigation.
I know, and Ryan, you alluded to this, but, you know, this isn't the only professional tenant story you're following. I believe you have a development on another case as well.
Busy week for professional tenants.
Sure.
Yeah, it was Russ and Linda Callahan who first caught our attention with this topic last year. And get this, we found the husband and wife in Worcester County have more than 20 evictions on their record and well over $100,000 in judgments for unpaid rent. In the wake of our reporting, the couple was indicted last summer for a litany of criminal charges. Linda posted bail, but it did not take long to get in more trouble. According to a police report we obtained, she tried to write more than $2,000 in fraudulent checks at a Comfort Inn. A front desk employee recognized her from our stories and called Auburn police. That put her back in jail for the bail violation. In the meantime, Russ has remained behind bars since his arrest in July. The husband and wife are due back in Worcester Superior Court for the expanding criminal case next month. We'll, of course, keep following it for you. Live in the studio, Ryan Kath, NBC10 Investigators.
Wow.